Okay. So I think we did the first part. So we'll start with the second one. Okay, we'll start the second one. Okay, you can do the second question now. Choosing from the examples, this is the second one. Hope you can read this one. Choosing from the examples, I'm talking about this question, right? Can you do this one? Then we'll go to the HTML. Choosing from the examples given in the list, write down the correct example for each of the label items A to D given below. You are only required to write the label and the corresponding example. So you are only required to write the label name, that is A, okay, and an example. Okay, they have given example here in the list. Just pick one and write here. Yes, go ahead and do it. I can give you 2 minutes maximum. Once you're done, you can share the answers in the chat box. Yes, Riza, you have to tell what is A and what is B. You have to write against the label. No? Okay, write the answer. Read this question number 2 in this is actually 4 2019 past paper. Yes, yes, Umar. Yeah, that's good. Isaac, if you can write what is A, what is B, and C, that would be awesome. Rinas, okay. Right, A. Right, A, web browser. Web browser, what is A? In this one, what is A? Web browser. Joomla, Composer, Mozilla, Firefox, Pascal, and PHP. What is a browser? A1 is Mozilla. Yeah, it's a very simple one. So A is Mozilla. So we say, if you want, you can. Okay, let me write it here. Mozilla, that is Firefox. Just write the complete one better, because they have given like that in the list. No? Mozilla Firefox. C. B. Programming language for dynamic web content creation. Okay, interesting one. I want just send me the answers for B. Zaharin, yes, perfect. Umar Sharik, you are wrong. B. Even if you have sent the answer, please send the answer for the B. Atika, correct. Samiha, wrong. Fatima Nuha, who is this? Fatima Nuha. Okay, correct. Raiza, correct. Rima, correct. Najat, correct. Umar, yeah, you're correct. Zuhra, yes, correct. Riza, yes, correct. Okay, good. So programming language for dynamic web content creation. So here we have two programming language. One is Pascal and other one is PHP. So some of you just try, I mean, when you see this, okay, you thought, okay, this is Pascal, okay. So that is that correct? Is this Pascal? Why PHP? Why not Pascal? Okay, yes, right. Why PHP? Why do we say PHP? Why can't we say Pascal? Can't we use Pascal? Murshid, what do you think? Can't we use Pascal for programming dynamic web content creation? So when you design website, I said we have two type. One is static, and a dynamic. So dynamic, basically, what is the difference between a dynamic website and a static website? What is the main difference? What is the main difference? This is not a theory class, so you can talk, you can argue, right? You can justify your answers. Yes, what is the main difference, Atika, with a dynamic with dynamic contains database? Yes, very good. So dynamic contains database. So you have to you have to manipulate, or you have to deal with the database in a dynamic program, in a dynamic web pages. So the problem here is we can't use the traditional high level languages, right? But except this Python, no, Python also you can't use, right? Okay. So we go. Okay. Now with the Pascal, the problem is it's an high level language, but you can't use this for database or with what do you call dynamic web. So in order to manipulate the website, you should use the PHP. You will learn PHP in your A level. So you have PHP in A level. So for what dynamic web content, right? You have to use PHP. So when you learn this in the you will realize what is the difference between an Pascal-like language and a PHP-like language, because we manipulate the database. So we get the detail from the database. So we write to the database. We delete from the database. So basically we use the database manipulations using the PHP, right? But the Pascal doesn't have. But Pascal, even with Pascal or like C, Java, you have certain capabilities. You can, but you can't do like full fledged database manipulation. Okay, so we are discussing 2019 question number 4, the part 2. The part 2. We already discussed the part 1 in the last class. But if you were not there, you can watch the video which I already uploaded into the YouTube. But I guess, from today, I can share the Zoom videos with you. So now this is second one, PHP. Okay, PHP. Any other languages instead of PHP? Any other suitable languages for dynamic data web content creations? Yes, any other suitable languages? They have not given here. Ruby, yes, okay, Ruby. Yes, anything else? Ruby, actually, they have not mentioned in your syllabus, in your textbook, so that's okay. Something that, because IT, the computer science or ICT is an evolving subject. HTML is wrong. HTML is completely wrong. JSP is correct, right? JSP correct. Ruby is correct. JSP, Ruby, what is that? ASP, yes. Active ASP.NET, yes, ASP, and Go, ASP.NET, right? Mostly, JSP, ASP, PHP are given in your book. Ruby and Go, I included that into the note, but that is not wrong. But you should know what is in your textbook. So PHP, JSP, and PHP, JSP, and ASP.NET are in your book. Okay, Go and Ruby are additional thing. Maybe you can search the Google. You can Google and you can see the. There are some more languages used for this purpose. Maybe you can Google it and find out that. So you have given Python as well. Okay. Yes, this list is actually better. Remember these three article PHP, JSP, and ASP.NET. No, right? Okay. Others like some extra for additional knowledge, right? So other like Ruby, whatever other language, right? You can do a Google search and find out some more languages which we use for dynamic web creation, web content creation. Okay, here second one is PHP, then third one web authoring tool. Okay, third one web authoring tool. Very simple, no? Third one is very simple. Yes, third one is third one. Check your answer. What is the web authoring tool? Is Composer. Composer, right? So remember, there are a couple of web authoring tools, right? Like Blue Griffin or what is that? I can't even remember the names, right? Composer. Any other web authoring tools? Anything else? I mean, other than the Composer, Blue Griffin, MS Front Page, yes. And we have a popular one, Adobe CK Editor, okay. Google Web Designer, Dreamweaver, yes, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is popular. Still, people use Dreamweaver. Okay. Yes, right. So better, remember other examples. When you learn these type of questions, when you see these type of questions, maybe when you can pick the answer from the list without any problem, but you should know, okay, you should think, okay, if okay, web browser, okay, if they have given something else, like, okay, what are the other examples for web browsers, like Firefox or Edge, right? So you should think of that, okay. Web authoring tool, okay, what are the other tools? Okay, now let's move on to the content management system, right? What is the answer for D? What is the content management? Very simple. Now, what is the content management system given here is Joomla. Very good. Joomla is the content management system. Any other than Joomla? Actually, Joomla is a free and open source content management system. So that's why they have included that in the book. WordPress is WordPress. Yes, WordPress. Sorry, WordPress is correct. WordPress, Joomla. What else? We have learned 3 content management systems, right? Joomla, or some people say Joomla or Joomla, whatever. WordPress. Third one is Drupal. Drupal, yes. Drupal. Right. Any other other than this? If you know anything. Okay, now yes, there are CMS systems, right? Other than this, right? But these 3 included in your textbook, and these are what you call the free and open source, right? There are paid CMSs, right? Paid ones. So, but anyway, if you can remember these 3, that's enough, right? Okay, let's move on to the next part now. HTML one, right? Okay, this is the output they have given. This is the output they have given. Let me share the other screen also. So this is what you have to get finally. This is what you have to show, right? Yes. Okay. With that, let me make it like this. Right. This is the HTML page. I don't know. Hope you can see this now. You can. A minute, 1 minute, please. Right. This is the output in the left side. Okay. Okay, I will switch off the video. Right now, can you write the answer for this one? Maybe so. Okay, we will finish up to 7 or up to 8. You can do. Then I think I have to scroll down. Let's first work on. First do this one up to 8. Then we have 9 and 10 only. Right? Okay, we'll come to that later. First finish 1 to 8. Right? Because okay, let me try to maximize. Okay. So once you completed, let me know. Maybe once you're done, you can raise the hand. So Once you completed, raise the hands. So, okay, nine, I think participants raise the hands. Okay, I'm waiting for others. Okay, 11. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll discuss the answers. First one. First one, very simple one. So if you look at this one, so you're starting the HTML, right? That is the start. That's the beginning of the program, the HTML. So you have the HTML tag. So then, what is this tag? One. After beginning. So how do you start? That's a very basic one. Yes, yes, Umar, correct. Yes, Najad, correct. Yes, Riza, correct. Atika, correct. Okay, good. So it's a simple one. So let's try the first one here. Maybe let me use it. Okay, one that is okay, head. Okay, if you are not sure, I think so. They have given the answer here in the list. Where is the answers? Okay, in the bottom. Sorry. I'm sorry, the list is here. If you want, I mean, you can write down the list if you don't have the paper with you. Here, the list is here. Okay. Right. So first one, head, is that clear? So you have to always start the HTML with HTML. Then the second, you are starting the header part. So this is basically, if you look at this one, so this is the header part. Okay. Usually, if you remember the HTML, the structure of the HTML, you have to start the HTML like this, HTML, then the heading or header, sorry, header. Then you have to close these bits, right? Then you have the body, right? Right. Okay, that is first one. So first one, then let me write it here. One is one is head. Okay. Let's go to the second one. Second one. What is the answer for the second one? It says, okay, second one, basically, if you look at the second one, it says dengue fever, what is it and how to stop? Dengue fever, what is it and how to stop? The heading. Okay. So this is about this heading. So go through the list of answers if you want, then you can easily find out the heading. So how many heading tags are given here? You can see we have only one heading tag, no? Only one heading tag. So then it's obvious. We have only one heading tag, so it's very obvious. Yes, H2 should be the answer. H2, right? So H2 is the answer. Is that clear? Because if you look at the first one, it's the main heading, right? So this is the heading tag, right? Okay. And it's already centered. The center tag means it's centered. Okay, let's move on to the third one. Right, how about the third one? Third one, it says, okay, now you have to find out the exact place, right? You have to compare the output and you have to find out the exact place. If you look at the third one, it's okay, it's talking about some images, so it should be somewhere here, right? Then, okay, and you have 3 and SRC, very simple. Third one, how do you start an image? Img tag. So Img tag. So third one is very clear. That is Img tag. Right? Is that clear? So always you have to start the images with Img. And SRC is what? Okay, what is SRC? Is this a tag? Is this a tag? SRC is a tag? No, it's an attribute, or we say property of this image. It's an attribute. Okay, it's an attribute. So it's not a tag. So don't you know, okay, when you have this SRC, okay, so this is an attribute. This is not a tag, right? The tag is Img. Img is the tag. SRC is an attribute. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Fourth one. Okay, how about the fourth one? Now, first find out the place. Fourth one say, it says dengue fever is a mosquito-borne viral infection. So that is here, right? We are talking about this one. This is just a paragraph, right? This is a paragraph, I guess. So, and it says P, okay, there's an alignment, center. So then what is 4? You can pick the answer from the list, right? 4. Yes, good. P tag, okay? P tag. Right. Fifth one. Fifth one. Fifth one. If you go to the fifth one, where is fifth one? Now all 4. Okay, we are here now. So we are almost here now, right? Right. Now, if you look at this one, fifth one, it says dengue fever signs and symptoms. That means dengue. Okay, we are here. This one, right? Okay, this is. Can you see this one from here? Compare these two. Compare these two, right? So we are here. Basically, what is this? What is this? What do you call this? This is a table. So this is a table. So we have a table. Yes. Okay. Inside the table, you have two type of list. Yeah. Can you see 2 type of list inside the table? The first one. What is this list? What is this list?
Unordered list.
Very good. This is an unordered list. Second one is what?
Ordered list.
Ordered list. Okay, thank you. So that is an ordered list and an unordered list. So first you have dengue fever signs and symptoms. Okay, they are closing the TH. And okay, this is an heading, right? So then what is fifth one? Fifth one, right? You know, now you have 2 things, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Right? Remember, when you start a table, you have to start with the table tag. Table, right? You have to start with the table tag. This is how you start the table. Remember this, right? Then here, okay, table tag and the border, that part is there. Now, after you start this one, after you, start with the table, then remember I said, okay, first write the first row. First write the first row, right? Then you complete the first row. Whatever in the first row, display that one. So if you look at this first row, right, what you have in the first row, Okay. First row, sorry. Okay, if you look at the first row here, in the table, I'm talking about the table, right? If you look at the table, right? If you look at the table, in the first row, we have table heading. So you have to have the TH table heading. So fifth one, basically, it's the table row. It's table row because remember this part. So this is the basic idea here, right? So fifth one, yes, TR. TR is the correct answer. TR, yes, not TD, not TD, honey, because fifth one should be TR because as I said, you have to start the row with every time you have to start with the TR, table row. So first row, okay, remember if you take a table, you have rows, basically you have rows and columns, right? So you start with the first row, then you complete whatever the data or heading here, then you move to the second row, you complete the data, maybe hopefully the data, then you move to the third row. So you have to work on the row by row. That is the basic idea. Is that clear? So table is very important. It's very important because you know this is, I mean, when you look at the HTML, right? I mean, table part is, I mean, little confusing when you compare with others. Others are very straightforward. Other tags are very straightforward. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Sixth one. Sorry. Sixth one. Now we'll okay. What is sixth one? After the table row, okay, you have to display the heading. If you are still not sure, after the table row, you have to display these headings. So as I said, how do you display heading? You have to use table. You have to use the let me write it here. Sixth one, you have to use table heading, TH. So TH, sixth one should be TH. Right, now we'll go to the seventh one. Seventh one now. Right, seventh one. Okay, if you look at this one, look at the output. Seventh one, we have done with the first heading, the table heading. Okay, we are done with the table heading here. Now, okay, fifth one, as I said, table row. Then we are displaying, you know, high fever. This is again an unordered list here, right? Okay, then what should be 7? What should be 7? Because, and what should be 8? 7 and 8. You can tell me the answer. What is 7 and what is 8? 7 and 8. Umar, 7 and 8. Yes, Umar, correct. Yes, Uzma correct. Zohra correct. Raiza correct. Hani, 7 is correct. What about 8? Correct. Okay. How about others? Yes. Shall I ask someone else also? Huda, can you, yes. Rima, can you tell me, can you send your answers? And Fadila, Murshid, Najad, yes, correct. Okay, now look at this one. Okay, if you are not sure, look at this one. Here we have an unordered list here, unordered list. So how do you start an unordered list? That's you should remember. So if you have an unordered list, right? How do you start an unordered list? You have to start the unordered list with the unordered UL, right? UL. So the eighth one, you are starting an unordered list, that is UL. Eighth one should be seventh. Okay, we'll come to 7 later. Eighth one should be unordered list. So if eighth one is unordered list, then you know seventh one, right? The table data. So you have this is again a table, no? So this should be TD. So seventh one should be TD. If you are not sure, still if you are not sure, right? Let's say if it is confusing, right? I would suggest you to, okay, write down the answer. So just, you know, write down down the answers. Maybe after the class, you can again try this. It's not very difficult, right? Or maybe you can watch the recording and you can do it again. It's not very difficult. Okay. Is that clear? Okay. Okay. Ninth one. So now we are done with the first one. This is first unordered list. This is first unordered list, right? Now we are coming to the second bit. This is an ordered list. Okay. So here, look at this one. Okay. If you look at this one, we are starting the ordered list. So seventh one, we said already this is the table data, TD. So we're starting an unordered ordered list here. So what would be the 9? Yes, right, correct. Artika, correct. Raiza, correct. So 9 should be, yes. Uzma, what is 9th one? Okay, that is simple. Yes, correct. Okay, 9 should be ordered list, right? So ordered list. So let's move on to the 10th one. 10th one now. A very simple one. Okay, because can I move here? Right. Right now, the 10th one, last one. No? Yes, 10th one. If you have any questions, please stop me. You can call me and ask. Right. Sarah, what is 10th one? 10th one. Okay, we are talking about the link here. So that is, if you compare the output, that is an hyperlink that you can see here. So we are talking about health.lk. Where's that link for more information? Okay, this is the link. Okay, but even if you don't know that, that's fine. So just okay, how do you write a link in HTML? href. So 10th one should be href. 10th one should be href. Yes, Sarah, correct. Okay, good. So you can compare your answers now, right? So these are the answers. 10th one is href. 9th one is ordered list. Okay. If any confusions, if any doubt, you can ask me now. Okay, are we okay with this then? Any questions? Right, so let's move on to the next paper, 2021, the last paper. 2020, let me share the paper again. 2020, right? Okay, we'll start this paper. You can write down the answer in your book. Right, first one. You can do the first 2 questions, then we'll move on to the third one. Right? Do the first 2 questions. How many of you have the 2021 paper, the recent one? How many of you have the paper? I mean, I'm asking whether you have a copy of the paper, 2021. Raise the hands if you have a copy of the latest one. Only 3. Only 3. Okay. Najat, Royd, and Umar. Okay. Okay, Umar, you have a PDF. Then can you share that into the group if it is a good one? If the paper, if it is the quality is good, right? If the PDF is in a good quality, can you share it into the class group after the class, right? Okay, right. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, can you all do this one? The first one and the second one. Okay, write down the answer for first question as well as the second one. Once you completed, please raise the hands. Okay, first one. First one, write down 2 advantages of using SaaS, software as a service, which is a cloud computing service. Okay, can you answer this question first before we discuss this one? Okay, what are the three services we have learned under cloud computing? So what are the main 3 services so we are getting through cloud computing? What are the 3 services? Wow, Samiha, correct. PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS, right? Okay. SaaS means software as a service. SaaS is, okay, we have 3 services, remember? First one is SaaS, software as a service. Second one is what? PaaS, right? Platform as a service. Third one is uh, IaaS. What is IaaS? Infrastructure as a service. Okay. Second one, remember PaaS, platform as a service, right? First one, software as a service. Okay. Can you give me 2 example for SaaS? 2 example. You can send the answers in the chat box. Can you give me 2 example for SaaS software? Two example for SaaS. Google Doc, very good. Anything else? Zoom, Dropbox, okay. Google Suite, okay. How about Google Map? Google Map. Google Map also you can say it's a SaaS software. Okay. Remember this SaaS mean, okay, software is already installed. You can use it in the cloud. Sorry, software is already installed in the cloud. You can use it. Yeah, Google Sheet, that is SaaS. Then what is PaaS? Who can explain this one? PaaS. Maybe you can switch on the mic and you can explain. What is platform as a service? What is platform as a service? So this is a paper class, right? So not a theory class. Who can explain that? What is a PaaS? Platform as a service. Yes, shall I name someone here? Hani, can you explain what is PaaS? Yes. Zohra, can you explain what is PaaS?
It is a virtual environment which provides space to store data and software applications.
We are talking about platform as a service, right? No, that is not correct. Yes, Artika. Uzma, what is PaaS? Okay, so SaaS already software is installed with the PaaS, platform as a service. So this gives us the server environment as well as the programming languages or the software development environment for us to develop softwares. So when you want to develop a software, you need not only the programming language, you also need the database, other stuffs, right? So PaaS provide everything. So this is basically a development environment. This provides a development environment. So where you can, if you have a PaaS software, if you purchase PaaS, then you can directly develop without installing, without worrying about installing any other softwares. You can start working on that. So this is basically provide the necessary server as well as the softwares for software development. That's why we say platform as a service. Then what is IaaS? What is IaaS? Infrastructure as a service. What is IaaS? Okay, can someone explain IaaS? Infrastructure as a service. What is infrastructure as a service? So this is what you said, Zura. So this provides the server, the virtual, I mean, basically this gives the server environment, right? When you, it's okay, let's say you want to store the website, right? You need a hosting space. So this is an IaaS. So you purchase that space. So basically IaaS, right, provides the virtual environment of servers to provide space to store data. Basically, this gives the server environment. So you can remember like this: SaaS is the software is already installed. So then the PaaS is the software development. IaaS is like space, storage space. Okay. Now we'll come to the main point. What are the advantages? What are the advantages of this SaaS or PaaS or the cloud computing, any cloud computing service? Okay, what are the advantages? Okay, when you have a SaaS software, yes, you can, if you have already written the answer, you can share the answer for the first one. A lower cost, Yes, very good. Lower cost. Why do we say lower cost is free? I mean, okay, is this free? Is Zoom is free? Lower cost. Why do we say lower cost, Zahari? Or maybe you can say reduced software cost, but lower the lower soft cost. That's good. Lower software cost. No, we'll write like that. Lower software cost. Okay, why do you say it's lower? Cost is low. Why? Why do you say it's like cost is low? Reduce software. Yeah, why do you say it's soft is? I mean, cost is low. Yeah, no need to install the software in the, yeah, that's true. But why do we say it's low? Because, okay, for example, if you want to purchase a software like Zoom, right, for your own use, okay, let's say this is not in Zoom, this is not in cloud, then what you have to do is you have to purchase a complete a software for your own use, right? Though, so then it, okay, let's say I am the one providing the software, right? So then what I have to customize the software for your use, then it will cost more. But with the Zoom, right, with the Zoom, like the cloud softwares, so we are, I mean, let's say if you take Zoom or if you take Gmail, it's a common one, everyone is using, everyone is using the Zoom. If you take the Zoom, there are millions of users now. So now what happens, now they share the cost among all the users. That's why you can get it like you can buy, you can purchase like around $15 or $14, right? It's like around $14-15 now, right? If it is a single one, but there are different packages. Okay, this is the least one, right? So otherwise, if you are going to buy a customized Zoom only for you, you are saying, okay, I want a software only for my use, you don't share with others, then they will price this like something like this, I don't know, right? But here, when you have a cloud software, so the cost is shared among all the users. So that's why you say it's the software cost is low. Okay, second one, what is the second advantage? What is the second advantage? Maintenance of, so yes, lower maintenance issues, right? Yeah, instant update, that's also correct. Instant update means whenever there's an update, so you just need to download it. But if it is not in cloud, what you have to do is, I mean, you have to download the update, you have to install to the system. Sometimes it won't support the system, then you have to get the right version. There are so many issues, right? But with this one, you don't need to worry about anything, you just update it, right? So we say instant or easy to update, whatever, right? Instant software updates, right? Or easy to update. Then lower maintenance. Lower maintenance means okay, let's say okay, now if you take Gmail, so who is maintaining the Gmail software? Is this you? I mean, if you are using a Gmail, or if I'm using the Gmail, so then who is maintaining the Gmail? If any issues comes, if the Gmail is not working, who is taking care of all of this? Who is maintaining Gmail? The Google, right? Google. So they take care of all the issues. So I don't need to worry as a user. I don't need to worry about the issues. So we don't have any maintenance issues with cloud softwares. So we say it's a lower maintenance. We don't need to worry about maintenance. And as I said, if there's an update, you will get it instantly. What else you can say? And when you compare this one, improve, you can say the performance also improve performance, because when you take these softwares like Zoom or Google, this runs in their servers. If you take the Gmail, it runs in Google server, so they have the fastest or the high capacity, machines, right? But if I want to run a Gmail into my for my personal use, I have to buy all these gadgets, no, all the servers and everything. So maybe I won't be able to get the fastest machines because of the cost. But now, we don't need to worry. It's already Google is taking care of that. So we say it's a improved performance. Performance is very speed, right? So that's why we don't see much like lagging with Gmail or any Google software if you have a good internet. Okay, these are some of the advantages of what do you call SaaS. Even same applicable to other services, PaaS and the IaaS. Any questions? Is this clear? Okay, second part. We'll finish the second part before we wind up. Right. Second one. First, P. What is P? Identifies a computer uniquely on the internet. Identify a computer, right? Very, very simple one. So we have discussed many times. Okay, what is P? Yes, Artika correct. Hani right. Yes, Sara all correct. Yes, P is IP address. Uniquely identify computers. That is the important part. Remember, identify a computer uniquely. A computer, right? Okay, second one. Connects a web page to another web page. What is second one? When you want to connect a link to a web page, how do you link it? How do you link it? So Q. How do you link it? Hyperlink it. So we say hyperlink speed. R, right? R converts a domain name into IP address. Okay, you want to convert a domain name to IP address. Remember, so when you type in the URL, that's basically you are typing the URL, but the browser doesn't know because each computer is identified using the IP address. Then we have to convert. We say that convert as what? DNS. DNS is the converter. DNS. So that's also there. Even without, looking at this, the list you can answer, no? So DNS. Then IP address, hyperlink. Last one. Used for communication between a web server and a web browser. Web server, we already did this, I remember. So we already did. So what is the last one? Used for web server and the web browser. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, right? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The web browser, when you type the URL, into the browser, right? So after getting the IP address from the DNS, okay, now the browser has to communicate with the server, web server, where your web pages are residing. So the protocol used for this purpose is called the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So HTTP used to share the HTML document. So used for communication between a web server and a web browser, that is HTTP. Okay, so we will continue. What is page link? There's nothing called page link. I don't know. As far as I know, I don't know. As far as I know, there's nothing called page link. But anyway, I will check this. Others, right? Okay, so any question? Okay,